Okay, everyone, I'm going to explain the directions again. You're going to be quietly in your groups using your yarn to measure the circumference of your circle. Then, once you found that number, I want you to measure with your yarn, again, the arc. The arc is drawn in red.
Now measure the...
You have 30 seconds. It should take you no longer than that.
Well, we got the circle too long.
The red. Do the same thing.
Starting at
Were my directions clear? He said yes, that was his direction.
So what I'll do now?
Okay, let's circle back. While I sit here, I have about 80% of guys up here. Nicole looked up here. I got Elizabeth here. Alright, I got about everyone. So somebody share with me what measure you got, roughly, for your circumference.
We got this much, and that's not on the ruler, so...
So what do we do when the string is longer than the ruler?
You
can fold it, find the, what else you need?
Fold.
Take your ruler, my friend. If it's only 12 inches and it goes more than 12 inches, take the part that was outside the 12 inches, fold it over, and figure out how many inches that is. Give you 10 more seconds. But I'm pretty sure it should not be larger than your ruler.
Mine was.
All of yours were?
No, mine.
You guys are. Okay, so Carlos, what number did you get?
12.56. Oh, is this inches? Oh, I'm tripping.
Roughly.
It's 10 over
How you got that?
14.
I trust you. Okay, so Carlos got 12.56, which is a very specific number for his circumference. So what did you get for your arc length?
I was trying to do that.
Let's do it really quick. Should not take you more than 5 seconds. You just have to measure it with your rule. Come on. Use the yarn. We're exploring.
The yarn is not what.
The yarn takes about 2 inches.
About 2 inches? Okay. So, the circumference is about 12-ish, a little more than 12 as we described in inches, right? And the arc length is about 2 inches. So, without the arc, what's left over? Roughly 10-something inches, right? So when we look at these numbers, they are parts of the whole, right? This arc makes up the circumference, makes up a piece of the circumference. Just like yesterday when we went over central angles, remember how when we divided? Just like how when we divided the circle into 2 halves of a pizza, we knew that the whole circle was 360 degrees, that half the pizza would be how many degrees? Everyone eyes up here. Half a pizza was how many degrees?
180.
Everybody. 180. 180. So just in that same manner, we can cut off the crust of the pizza, right? Think of your circle like the pizza still. Except now we're measuring the crust, the actual length of the arc. So if this is your pizza and this is your crust, if you cut out a slice, you're cutting out a piece of the crust, right? A piece of the crust goes missing. But we can use an equation to solve to figure out how much crust, if our crust equals our circumference. So go ahead and turn your page to your intro to new material. I think it's actually on the same page. Right? So, today we're going over how to solve for arc length, knowing what we already know about circles. So, on your piece of paper you should see an equation also actually a proportion, which we went over yesterday as well. Your equation should look a little bit like this. So what I want you to do, underneath each part of your equation, first I want you to draw a line down the equal sign. A big line. Follow along, please. Dividing each half. Divide the equation like this in half. And I want you to notate underneath arc length over circumference that this is what exists outside the circle, the crust, outside the pizza, right? Underneath this equation, I should see pencils moving right in that box outside. Outside, on this side, where you see arc length over circumference. Pencils should be moving, Mr. Payne. Right outside, underneath arc length over circumference. Now on the other side, I want you to write inside. This is what goes inside the circle, all the degree measures. So your arc measure, your central angle measure over 360 degrees is what's happening inside the pizza. Whereas the arc length and circumference is what you found with the yarn. That's what's going on outside the circle. So when we solve for arc length, all we have to do is find the measures missing, right? So if we have the circumference, the central angle measure, and we know our circle is 360 degrees, what are we going to do to solve for arc length? We're just going to cross multiply. I want you to turn your page over onto the example. So everyone take a look at that example. I want you to take about 1 minute to look over it and read it to yourself, internalize it, and we're going to come back to it and explain it more. So, do you want to do this?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you trying to find the arc length?
We're trying to find the arc length, the crust, right? Go ahead and read this. Read over it really quick, and we're going to go over it in a second. Okay, let's bring it back. Let's go through it step by step. Brandon, can you please read aloud step 1?
Figure out what we know about the circle.
So, in that circle, what do we know? It's written there for you. Nick, what do we know about this circle? Yeah, what measures do we already know? The radius is 9 and the central angle is what? 60. So that's written down in your box for step 1. Can I get Kiara to read aloud step 2? What was that? Solve for circumference.
Cross multiply.
That's coming up. Octavia, can you read aloud step 3? All right, and Terrence, read aloud step 4.
What?
Read aloud step 4, please.
Plug in the values and numbers.
All right, and Carlos, read aloud step 5.
Cross multiply and solve.
Cross multiply and solve. So looking at this as our example, whenever you are solving one of these problems, refer to these steps. These are your tools. If you have a question with one problem that you're working on in your guided practice, before you raise your hand, before you ask your table partner, the steps are here for you in your notes. They are written out. We've solved one whole example for you. So if you need any help, refer to that, right? Okay, so I want you to begin on a guided practice with your partner helping you. Let's fill out these boxes together for the first problem. So please turn the page to guided practice. And we're going to do it together. Forever. Okay, so here is our first circle. Sorry, it's drawn for me. So, to begin, what is missing that we need to solve for? Corbin. The circumference? We do have to solve the circumference, but what is the first step we always do?
The first step, we gotta, what's it called? Cover the top.
Figure out what we know, right?
Yeah, that's what we know.
So what do we know?
We know the little space is 4.2. The length,
The arc length?
yes.
Yeah, so we know the arc length is 4.2. What else do we know?
We know the radius is 4.
Radius is 4, right?
Yeah.
All right, Carlos, what's our next step?
Solve for the circumference.
Solve for the circumference. How do we do that?
Circumference equals 2 pi r.
25.2.
We write that on step 1.
Yes, please follow along. This is step 2.
Is that
Yep.
L?
Yes, arc length. You can write it however you want. Radius is 4. Plug in. What did you get, Corbin?
25.2. 25.12. Yes, look.
25.2.
12.
12.
All right, what's our third step, Crystal?
Figure out which equation to use for finding the arc.
Which equation do we use? It's on the front of your book.
The cross multiply thing.
What's the equation, though, Mr.
What
Terry?
is it called? Arc length over circumference over 360.
Okay, so judging by this equation, what information are we looking for? Where is it missing? We figured out the circle.
Angle.
The central angle, exactly. So if we go on to what's step 4?
Missing the arc length.
What's step 4?
Plug in the value.
Plug in the values we know. So let's do it. What's the arc length?
L.
But what is the value?
4.2.
4.2 over what? What's the circumference? We solved it together, Lizzie.
25.2.
Thank you, Corbin, but your name is not Lizzie. 25.12? Sorry, that's equals what is on the top? Nicole, what goes up top on this side of the equation? 4. We're solving for this right here, right? So this is x. And then what goes on the bottom, Nicole? Here? Yes, 360. Absolutely. So what's step 5?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply, so do it. Take 30 seconds and solve for the central angle, please. Look up when you have it. Take about 15 more seconds. seconds because it seems like a lot of people haven't gotten the answer yet. All right, let us circle back. So, eyes on me. Okay, so Terrence, what did you get when you solved for x?
60.19.
I'm going to show you guys really quick what we do when we cross multiply, because it seems like that's what we're struggling with. So when you cross multiply, you multiply these two numbers and these two numbers, and you set them equal to each other, right? So we go 4.2 times 360 equals 25.12x. That is how you cross multiply. You don't get rid of this symbol right here. You bring it down, all right? A lot of you are putting your equations over each other. No, we set them equal to each other. So when we do that, Terrence, what did you get for 4.2 times 360? 1512. Which a lot of you got, right? Equals 25.12x. So the next step is just dividing that 25.12x by 1512, and you get
19. After 19.
what?
60.19.
Yeah, I rounded to the first decimal point.
Okay. No.
No worries. And when you do that, you get 60.2, right? So cross multiplication, I know you draw an x over this equal sign, but you do not x this equal sign. It stays. It stays with you. So now I want you to work in your table groups. I want you to, again, assign a reader to read aloud the steps. So take 10 seconds to do that.
No.
All right. If you are the reader of your group, please put your thumbs up. We got Nicole. We got T. Is that you? Who's the reader of this group? I need someone for us to move on. Or I'm going to assign them. Carlos, you're the reader. Who's the reader of this group? Nick, you're the reader. Elizabeth, you're the reader. Okay, you all know who your readers are. Take the next 5 minutes to work on the guided practice problem. I know you can't see it. What? Okay. Step 1, you just need to find the box. Alright.
Why are you looking at me? How we got it? Sorry. No, 10 inches is talking about. No.
You know that's here, right? Aren't like this one. And you know that what is low? The radius is 4, so right
But you're solving for arts and
now. If you do this and you be the reader and
what is like solve this and cross right?
I use it. Hear that, Mr. Davis?
Okay, so step 1, figure out what we know about the circle.
So teach us the first step, which was labeling the two items that you already know, right?
Oh, you want to buy them this year?
No, I'm playing.
So we know that the radius is 4 and the size of the arc. And the arc.
Right, so Octavia,
Hey,
So
you
figure out
guys?
what we know about the circle.
is the
We know the
150
radius is
degrees.
10.
It's
And we
asking
know
us all
that
the
the arc right here is
which is
40.
the actual distance that
So,
that That's
Two
minus.
of those are
Does
pertaining to
that make sense?
and then multiply everything, we get
Not
6.8. After that, we have to figure out how we're gonna find out.
Okay, so just like this is a length of 10 inches, measure the length of this person has to be a number.
Times
How do you translate here?
So we use
I got
multiplication.
article that was the same over
But he is 4 cents in and you are
equals 62.8 F.
Well, today we
Find
should.
out by 62.8. Something on the other side, and you have to at first, okay, so the first time I got 859.87. Then I rounded fours, and I got 859.9. You guys get the hang of it?
You know how to
What is rate?
write it down.
Do you guys agree with the answer?
Corbin.
In your notes too. So if you are confused,
All right. Okay. So guys, I have a table unit. I need you to figure out how to solve this problem. I did an example on the board. It's still on the board. And there's an example in your packet. So we should be moving along.
So let me check into that, explain it to you guys, but I want to make sure that's correct.
you know the arc measure, so
It's not correct. Where did you get this?
it's not the one.
Well,
That's the measure.
cross multiply, I got that.
Arc length.
Sorry, you're so.
What is arc length?
So this one, right? This.
We're solving for this. So what do we know?
But your final answer will be the arc length.
I put them in the wrong places.
Do you see that? Really not following.
Hold on. I have the video answers I have, right?
Okay, so which equation are we using?
Hold on, guys, I'm not bad. I'm
You guys are on fire. You guys are over. I don't care if you're done. This is legal work. You guys are supposed to be together.
Yeah, because that, it's gonna be.
Okay. Where can we find an example of this in our package? Yeah. The equation is in your packet, guys. In your packet. Use it. Please guide each other.
So that's where it really
That's right. This part you got right. But when you solve for circumference, 6 times what? What's pi? It's 6.2. Oh, 6.2 times 10, that's right. But where did you lose that? You put some unknown blank. You need to bring that down, right? So 6.28 times 10 goes down there. Hold on. Do you see that though? This though is still, yeah, see, Nicole's doing it right. She on the right track. 3.1. I said 14.
Like for the back.
Yes.
I retraced everybody.
Where did this? Whoa. Okay, we know
That's the
this,
same.
and thus why did you put 360 there?
Yeah.
What do we do with cross multiply?
What are the?
Put it right out. Explicitly, every single time you're confused, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they got this from that form.
It has the R.
We're done.
What do you do? 50 times 62.8, right? Do it just like that.
So 10 times 31.
See?
See, I got the same thing.
High five all around.
I got the same thing.
Is it 2641?
Same.
You see,
Oh,
Right,
I see.
same
Good
thing.
job, guys. Move on to the independent practice.
Okay.
I got the same thing.
What? Did you change this one right now? Or was that always there? That's the right answer. I thought it was an 8. You showed me a 9.
That's a 7.
Okay, that's right.
Now, you want to get
Oh my god.
Your table group get that though? You're working as a team.
I know, I had to go over it so I can make sure that I can re-explain it.
No, you don't do it and then you get the answer. You do it with them. That's what table group is.
That's like one.
10 times.
The most hard.
Right. You can divide. You have to divide both sides by 3/6.
Why are you giving up here? You have to go right in front of you.
Right. Put a division line.
150 times 62.8. Can you do that?
To both sides.
No,
Just like a
that's 150 right here. You just wrote a really ugly 5. If you finish with your table group and I've cleared that you got your answer correct, you may move on to the independent practice. But please work quietly and independently.
This is how it's going to be really good. 360. You don't put the zeros.
Times that.
You want to divide.
Now what do you do?
Divide both sides. 360 divided by 360 is.
You should figure it out right
So, and then cancel each other out.
Divide it.
Equal. Would you do the same thing that we did on this side?
No, you divide that by 360.
So
Other way around. You got it right.
and how do you put that into your calculator?
Oh, that's right. That's the answer.
Double check.
How many do?
What do we say?
Your steps.
Almost.
You do it super quick, and I get that. That's fine. But let's try to do it in the steps so that when you're trying to remember when it's on the test, you know exactly what you're doing. So, we're gonna have a circle. What do we know what you can go? The whole circle is 360, but what information are they getting?
That's why it's easy to show this work, so that you don't get tripped up on mistakes like dividing the wrong numbers.
Good job. That's already done, right? 10. So if we know the radius, we can solve for circumference. Then you're fine. You're fine. 10. What did you get? I know you got 62.8. So now we need to get this equation with you. Which equation are we using? Arc length over circumference equals central angle over 360. And we have almost all the information we're just missing arc length, right? Because they didn't give us. So we just plug it in. We call arc length x over the circumference, 62.8, over 150 over 360. And then what? 5 multiply.
Square root.
What's your answer?
25.8.
Not right.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah.
Mr. Mitchell?
Hello? Say yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yo,
Yes.
what's up?
No, don't.
You can just talk to him.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to send Corbin Payne to the office ready to go home.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mitchell as well, can you send me email, how many hours,
So here's what we set up wrong.
that Mr. Payne has missed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Another day.
Over x. What is x borderline extending?
You can't miss.
What you mean, like one?
If you miss 3 full days,
Only miss
you
one.
fail.
What is the
If you
question?
miss 1.4, this will be happens. You're at 1.5.
Right.
So and some change because you're late a lot.
Yep.
So be careful. 'Cause
Alright.
it would be silly for you to fail.
Oh,
don't you think?
The storm.
We will.
I wish as a group, and we all.
But we want just to instead, what is our equation equals us?
But we finish it as a group, and we all got this one.
So put R down there and put R and have variable.
Yes, if I make it close, I'll get my phone back, I'm gonna carry out that idea.
Did Isaac understand it? Do you understand Isaac?
There's too many circles. To make this a little less confusing.
How do you think we feel as teachers?
How can we get this so
Get the circumference.
you can just get rid of highlight?
No.
Right, so we can actually just multiply two times
Oh, you
five.
can move on to the independent practice.
No, I don't.
Get it back.
Okay.
Feel free to. I got a question. Yeah. Oh, forget it.
Okay.
Cause that's how I did it too.
All right, Isaac here, please.
Right, is that right? No, so you have R there.
Everyone, please. Isaac here. We are now starting on the independent work. Please do so quietly and independently. If you have a question, you may raise your hand, but before you do that, check your packet. It's all written out for you. If you finish early, raise your hand. For what? You don't know it. What's the only missing variable?
Part of like the entire one of the circumference. And what is the equation that we have for circumference? So since that is a part of the whole circumference, we can put a piece that we know on top.
Hey guys, Nick had a really smart idea. He ripped out this example page in his packet and he put it right next to his work so you can refer to it.
He is so smart. Well, you have to divide by the whole circumference, right? So what you have up here is position one. Because it's part of the whole. Part of the circle, the whole circle. So set that equals. What are history? What is the question answer?
You don't get 8 on this, but I learned
Which
it.
is. Right, so that's our unlimited number. And that part.
No, I've done this my whole life.
Part is the whole circle, right? And what is the whole circle in degrees?
You're a
So
queen
then
at
on the other
algebra.
side of our equation, we have
I
an
see your
unknown,
algebra, you're a queen.
which is our x.
I know all that.
The whole,
Quiet.
which is the whole degree. I'm close. Exactly. So now you have part.
What side is
In
it?
circumference,
Inside, outside?
length.
So this side is what?
Part
Inside.
that you don't know,
What's inside?
over the whole in degrees, which is the actual angle.
Degrees will
And
always
then
be
you
off.
so six.
Oh, is that your circumference? Yeah. So you should solve for the circumference first. Pi r. So 2 times 6, right? So
So write that, or yep, right over there.
yes, my favorite.
What's not?
What's me find my favorite?
So And then,
How
okay, so then put your numbers, and we're gonna write it all out. So,
I got something different.
Yes.
and then we're multiplying it by all of this, right?
I missed six.
You can multiply all of those,
I didn't.
Right. So, oh my gosh.
all straight in.
So, what do you know about how circles? How many degrees is it?
And then you're multiplying that number times what? When you're cross multiplying.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that number goes next to it. So now you're multiplying those two, and you have, now how do we get x alone? Well, we're saying that we're multiplying x times 25, 12, right? What is the inverse operation of multiplication? To get x alone.
Oh, you know why?
Yes.
It's because we care about you, and we want you to pass geometry. So take a seat,
I'm gonna pass it.
not if you don't finish that, you look at you.
So y'all gonna fix other tests that we gonna take.
Both. Sit and finish
So
it.
what if I do
You
all
came up
these?
with this, do
What if I
that.
got a good grade, but I failed the test?
Sit and do that. We're not negotiating.
So, this isn't
What if
not
you
the
pass
rest
this?
of number,
What
this
if
is
you
just
got a bad grade?
The correlation is that if you do well on this, you should do well on the test, right?
And what if
Get
you
it.
don't?
Sit. We're
I
not
often get
negotiating.
stuff fast.
So, yeah, so write
We're
down
not
that number.
negotiating. You're doing these
And x
problems.
equals 112.5. And what does that mean for our circle? What is that number for our circle?
Have it right here.
Yeah, which is what?
Been doing that, right? And so if you need help, then it's all in front of you.
Essential what?
I'm done.
Exactly. So it's just shaded like that.
Okay.
Exactly.
You know what that means, right?
So you have most of it there. So
Yeah.
you just need to do one more division. So what are you gonna do?
That's right.
Where I'm gonna
You
do
get
this
it.
stuff
That's good.
Yes.
You know the answer? Are you giving the answer or are you gonna tell him to do it?
What about?
I can't do it.
I'll tell him to do it. Yes. But I'm gonna listen to you. Miss Water.
So this time. For you. This time, we know the central angle.